Okay, I'm gonna show you a little trick to applying vinyl decals. I have a couple of them. I'll show you here. Now when you go to apply it, you want to measure so as you get it straight, not crooked, cockeyed. You want to measure from a straight point on each end. So this edge is square. So if I measure down to the top of that Z is 3 inches. Then you come down to this end, measure it, and it's 3 inches. So now we know that's straight, because what you can see is the tape is not cut straight, and you're never going to get straight edges on a tape. Never go by the tape of the bagging. Unless it's machine cut, it's never going to be 100% straight. So you want to measure by the decal itself. Now, some decals don't have the same edges like this one does. This one's square the whole way across the top. This one's not. So what you do is you get two, one on each side of the even or level, whatever you want to call it, points, and I mark these ones with a pen. All of the small letters are the same across the top, but they're all the same height, so you can measure off the top of that Z and measure from the A on this end so that you get it where it needs to be. Now, with this particular lettering, you could also go by any of the bottom, and that's going to give you a square point too, which you can measure from bottom to bottom, or you can measure from the top to the bottom of the letters. Either way, it's going to give you the same result as long as your measurements are the same. Now, not all designs and lettering is going to work that way, so you're going to have to try and find your squarest points and measure from there. Now there's a couple ways you can do this to help you out, and it really works well for your big decals, especially if you're trying to apply them by yourself. Now a lot of people use this method. They run the masking tape across the top, and then what they do this one-handed. They flip this up to where they can get the backing off, and then they take their squeegee. Bear with me, I'm trying to look through the camera and do this one-handed, and they run it down, and you just peel your masking tape off along with your backing, and there's your decal. You don't have to use a squeegee. You can use your hand or credit card or anything like that will work for you. Now this is the method that I like. I like to tape it somewhere down the center. It doesn't have to be exact. You don't got to measure it out. And for real long ones, what I do is I'll run maybe another piece or two across it to hold it while I start at one end and then work my way across. Now, this method I like better because you don't fight with as much, I don't think. You don't have as much hanging. You can do section by section as compared to trying to do it all at once. Like we did, peel the backing completely off and squeegee down. If you're doing something real long, that's where the problem comes in. and you're trying to touch it, or it rolls up on itself, or sticks to what you're trying to stick it to because it falls down, all kinds of different scenarios. And this way you can do it section by section and it's not so bad. So what you would do now, so I'm trying to do this one-handed, hold the camera at the same time. You will pull this back to your tape. Take a pair of scissors or razor blade, and get it close to the tape. Cut that off. Then what you can do, stick that down. Okay, I'm back. Got interrupted there for a second. Then all you would do is remove the masking tape, and you can use any type of masking tape. Typically use the green frog tape or the blue painter's tape. It's not as sticky as that stuff. Then you flip it back. It doesn't matter about this end because this end's stuck. It's not going nowhere. You can peel this off, and you can do it little by little. You don't have to peel the whole thing off. You can peel it back just a little bit. Try and do this one-handed. You could peel it back just a little bit, stick a little bit, then you could say peel it off a little more. And peel it off the rest of the way. And then finish laying it. But you always want to make sure that you go over it good, get pressure over everything. Make sure it's good and stuck, adhesive bonds. It's better if you lay this flat and peel it kind of like this. It's going to get you your best results. And you want to peel it slow. I do this a lot, so I know what I work with. Don't mind my Z either while I'm looking at it. That piece of vinyl was short. Cut it out of a piece of scrap, and it was falling out of the machine, so the blade fell off track. Something else I want to mention is wrinkles in the tape and in the backing, which there isn't any on this piece. If you come across that, the vinyl in the middle is what matters. The tape and the backing isn't that big of a deal. There can be wrinkles, bubbles in the tape, wrinkle in the backing. Unless it's chrome or something that's not flexible or as flexible as regular vinyl, you might have a problem with that. You're not going to want to crease your chrome. But as far as this goes, you could fold this. Now, that's folded down the center between the letters. That's not going to hurt it. But even if you fold it straight down the middle of the letter, it's not going to hurt it. Vinyl's flexible. It can take that. If it has wrinkles out across here, the wrinkle's in the tape, not in the vinyl. You're only using the tape to transfer it to your media, car, or whatever you're doing, your window. And you remove the tape. So the wrinkle and bubble in the tape doesn't mean nothing. Same with the backing. It's just a backing. It's only holding the vinyl in place until you're ready for it. And you can basically, now I don't recommend doing this, but you can basically take that like that. Now bear with me. Get this here. And this is the same piece here. Peel this off. Same piece. There's the back. There it is. Now, obviously you don't want to apply it now like that either. You stick it where you want. You know, you tape it, hold it, whatever you're doing. You get it stuck, you lay it out. When that happens, see, I took my fingers over this and didn't use a squeegee. That's part of getting the pressure over it. Make sure it's stuck. And peeling slow. And see, they don't look any different. Still the same, and this piece was all wrinkled up. Tape, there's the backing. Both wrinkled, vinyl was wrinkled in between. Stuck just fine. There's a lot of play in your vinyl graphics. Depending on what you're doing, when you're sticking them straight to metal, you're not going to have so much play as you do with something like this piece of quarter plastic. And this is just a piece of plastic signboard. It's what we use. Do a lot of like road signs, different window signs, stuff like that. People want to hang them up. Now here's something else I want to show you. Get a decal. Say you start peeling the tape back, and the tape's not pulling the vinyl up with it. You have that sometimes. The tape's not squeegeed real great, or say it's in a box, it's rolled up, gets bounced around in shipping and whatnot. It can take different effects on it, different reasons for it. But if that happens, you start peeling it up, and it doesn't matter where it is in the piece of tape. You start peeling that off like that, you just stick the tape back down over it. Get a little pressure on it. Squeegee's best. And well, so I use my finger, not the squeegee. But I'm going to show you this too. Flip it over and lay it face down. Peel it this way. Now if you're using the tape method, obviously you're not going to be able to do it this way. So you lay it back down. You're going to lay the tape back down over it and scrub it with something like your squeegee, credit card, something of that nature, and then peel it back up. And you'll still transfer it just fine. Not a problem. Don't get all worked up about it. Catch yourself in that scenario. It's not that the vinyl's junk or anything like that. It's just that the tape wasn't bonded with that piece of vinyl. This tape isn't, you know, real sticky because it's made to release after you apply the vinyl. So you don't want it to be real sticky to where you try and pull the tape off and say you rip your letter pulling it across. That's another reason to pull slow. So I think that's about it for this video. Any questions? Shoot me a comment down below. You can visit the site. It's down in the description. Get some decals. Got all kinds of designs. Stop by, check it out. Lots of different stuff on the website. And have a good day. Thanks for watching.